So I just realized that I'm on number 20 and I actually have 2 more things to say. So let's do number 20 and then we're gonna do a bonus. Hi, I'm Kendall. Welcome to my greenhouse. We're gonna try to do a very quick 20 gifts for gardeners, under $20, under 20 minutes. That's about a minute per gift, so let's get started. So first I have Cool Job gloves. I have a brand new pair. This is what they look like when they send them to you. All these prices I'm going to give you are kind of estimates. I'm actually filming this right before Cyber Monday, and so I don't know how much this stuff is regularly, but this is what they look like coming out of the package. I bought this smaller pair, and the ones I use are the mediums. You can see evidence that I actually really use them. I would say the mediums are a little bit big for me in just 2 of the fingers, just the pinky and the thumb. And they have different colors, green, purple, flowery, all those sorts of things. Gardeners can always use gloves. They get wrecked, they get dirty, we don't want to wash them. That's a great idea. Next gift, is a garden marker. Oh gosh, I have to find all these things. The ones I like are this garden marker by Artline. They write really nicely. They don't fade like Sharpies do outside. And I lose mine all the time, and so I always need more. That would be a great idea for gardener because it's a consumable. If you get gifts that people go through and use and need to replace, those are great gifts because you don't have to know whether they have them already or not. Number 3 is this cute little guy who's in the background of almost all of my videos. I always need, can you see him? I always need little things to clean up my space. I actually cleaned it before I filmed today, so you don't have to see it, but almost everybody who comes to my greenhouse loves him. Great for just tidying up a small space and a bringer of joy, obviously. That was number 3. He's called Peleg Design Dustache. Small dustpan and brush set. Okay, Dustache is pretty cute. Number 4, I'm totally gonna get lost about what number we're on. Okay, number 4 are my favorite plant ties. So I always like to bring evidence for you guys that I'm actually using them. So there's kind of a new roll, nice and big and tucked together. Here's the one I've been using. This biodegrades over time. The first year it starts out, this is my favorite color green. The first year it starts out this darker green color, and then it fades lighter and it starts to break down and biodegrade. So these are soft plant ties for house and garden plants, environmentally friendly. They come in a roll of 2 for $16. Again, a consumable. We use these, we tie things up, they biodegrade, we need more of them. Number 5, less of a consumable, but I'm about to show you the state of my weeding sickle is what they call it. Don't judge me. I haven't cleaned my tools yet, and this actually got left in a puddle outside. But you know what? Look how dusty that is. You know what? It's still usable. I'm just using it to like weed things, right? It's fine that it got rusty. But I keep buying them because I want them all over the place, and there's different lengths, different price points. I found this one that's about $15. That's fine. You can just kind of use these, clean them up. The main parts of the tool, I almost hit myself in the face. The main part of the tool is metal, so it lasts for a long time. This has been sitting around for 3 years and it still looks fine. It's just rusty and I need to clean it. So these are called weeding sickles. I'll try to find some footage of me weeding with them so you can see what they do. These are fun and they're kind of an unusual gardening tool, so the gardener in your life may not have that yet. Number 6. So the next 3 are 3 different types of snips or like garden cutter trimmer things that gardeners use in their garden. Again, they're not all in really great state right now, but I'm just gonna show them to you anyway. So the first are just some basic snips. These you can get for pretty cheap online. Let me see. The ones I printed out were $11. You can get them cheaper than that. I go through these, I lose them, the little locking handles break. These are kind of a consumable. If you wanna get a little bit fancier, You can get these. Look how terrible and dirty they are. These sat outside for a year, maybe 2 years in like a bucket of water, and they still work. So I just found these because I wanted to show them to you because they have a really cute little design. They've got this little thumb thing to keep your thumb away or your fingers, however you want to hold it. And they're just a really cute design. So if you want to spend a little more money and get something cute and fancy like that for trimming up your plants. And then also, this is kind of a newer thing to me, but I use this when I like go up under a Japanese maple, and it's kind of an unusual trimmer that you might not, that your gardener in your life might not have yet. It has a little ratcheting system in it. So what happens is if you get a branch that's a little big, it does a cut, and then you have to open it and do another cut to cut all the way through the thick branch. So under $20 and might be a tool that the gardener in your life hasn't seen before. And especially if they're getting up in age or like have some hand issues, like I have some thumb issues, this can be nice because I'm not trying to like use my muscles or my finger muscles or whatever to cut through the branches, and I can use a tool to help me instead. All right, so those are the 3 types of snips I recommend. There are more expensive ones. The Felco brand is always great. Laura from Garden Answer sells it on her store. And so if you want to spend a little more money, get some of those. But these are just some examples that I got on Amazon for under $20 if you need to save some money. So the next group of items, I have 3 more, 6, 7, so that was 6, 7, 8. So 9, 10, and 11 are tarp or cover sort of things, kind of like I have on my desk here. Let me zoom out a little bit so you can see. All right, so this thing has these little corners that snip together like this, and it can make a workstation that holds water. This one's more like $30 if you want the Fiskars one. But I have a couple, I have just what's called a plant repotting mat that I can link that does something really similar for only $7. So some other things that I use in the garden a lot are leaf gathering or debris gathering things. So I don't have one of them with me, but I have some video I can pop in here of me using it in my Seabrook yard because it's out there. I decided in this yard to get one that doesn't have the Velcro pieces because I don't actually use the Velcro pieces, I just use the handles. I know some people, if they're gathering leaves a lot, they'll use the Velcro sides to make the sort of special bucket. I just sort of use it to gather things. This one's brand new. I just bought it because I needed a version of that here. So it has these handles on the side. It has an inside that's sort of water repellent and easier to rinse off and clean. So the idea is that you can spread this out on the ground. You can put all your stuff on it, your plant debris while you're trimming and things like that. And then you can come over and gather up the corners however you want and pick up the debris, take it over to your recycling bin and dump it out. So I love having these things. So the other option is to have those collapsible bags that Laura from Garden Answer uses all the time. They're great, they're a little more expensive, but if you want to spend closer to $30, get those. Those are also kind of consumable because they break over time and they need to be replaced. So next, what number are we on? 9, 10, 11. Number 12 are these bucketeers. The only reason I don't have it on is just because I haven't gotten around to putting it on my second bucket back here yet. So I'm using one here. I'm going to lift this up so you can see it. It's still kind of chaos. I can still just shove stuff in the center, but you know what? I can find things a lot easier in that than I can in a bucket that I haven't organized yet where there's just a bunch of random stuff stuck in it. So this is a great idea. It's like $17 right now, not too much money, and kind of a fun, unusual gift that the gardener in your life might not have already. So give that a try. So a lot of the stuff I've been talking about so far are kind of for outdoor gardeners. That's mostly what I do. Although everyone needs gardening gloves, These snips are very much something an indoor gardener would use. Plant ties, also an indoor gardener would use. And this next one that I'm going to show you, I use for my indoor plants. So I just needed something little. I needed something with a little tip that I could control so that I'm not spilling water everywhere. And this thing is just about $20. So it's pretty new. I just got it. I like it. It's easy to use and pretty easy to keep clean. And it really doesn't have any sharp edges, so it's well made. Watering can for indoor plants is what that's called. Lucky number 13. The next one that's also about $20 is a Fiskars brand product, but it's only about $20. It's just this sort of bucket that contains items. I just always need more buckets. This one's nice because it's just squared off and it's easier to just put on a shelf than like the bucket with the caddy thing on it that I showed you earlier. This would also be really fun if you wanted to get a bunch of gardening gifts and like put them in here and display them. The other gift that could be fun if you want to make like a whole set of gardening gifts for your family member is the next one, and it's called a tub trug, a veggie trug, some sort of trug. So you can see that I use this. I actually have it underneath my sink, catching water right there. So I use these all over the garden. For some reason, like, they use these a lot in England. I watch a lot of English garden shows, but I don't see them in the US that much. And I like how flexible this is. I like this size because I can hold it with one hand, but there's multiple sizes. And I found these for the first time and I still buy them from Gardener's Supply, which is gardeners.com. So this would be really fun to get. There's a bunch of different colors and then you could fill it full of other gifts and seeds and maybe even amaryllis plants or whatever you want. So this or the Fiskars container could be great for a gift basket sort of situation for your family member or friend who is a gardener. Let's do one more thing from Gardener's Supply. This also looks terrible, I understand. But this is the reality of gardeners and maybe they just don't show it to you all the time. I think this also was like at the bottom of a bucket sitting in some water, but it's just rust and I can clean it off. The wood is getting a little bit gross. I think I'm gonna have to sand it, but really I should have kept this inside because this is for seed starting. So if the person in your life who likes to garden likes to do any seed starting, this fits into the little cells. A lot of plants will come in cell packs like this. And so this actually fits in there to kind of try to get the plant out without trying to stick your finger. A lot of people end up using a knife or something to get in there, but this is just cute, especially when it's new and shiny and doesn't look like this. So just another cute little idea. They sell these at Gardener's Supply. Number 17 is this thing that I'm going to empty off for you. Number 17 is the compact tidy tray. You cannot really see it in there, so I'm gonna hold it up here. So this is the small size. There's a big size that you can get. I got this one on Amazon. They might sell that at Gardener's Supply too. I bought this one at Gardener's Supply for my indoor workstation. It tends to be plenty big. I'm trying to hold it up next to my body. Oops, sorry. I'm trying to hold it up next to my body so you can see how big it is. It's plenty big for doing indoor projects, and I like having all these little containers. I'll show you the bottom of it, to put my scissors or my seeds and stuff like that while I'm working. So I can tuck seeds and labels and snips or markers or whatever in here while I'm working, and then I can contain my soil in this area. This might be something they have already, or I have a lot of these. I like to put them in different locations so I can just work in multiple places. So when I say a lot, I have like 3 of them. So it's something you could buy them, even if they have one, they could always use another one. So next is a small kneeling pad. It's about this size. You can get one like this from Amazon. It's kind of a denser foam. Laura from Garden Answer is selling bigger ones that are more expensive, but I just ordered her smaller one that's this size, and it has her logo on it. This has a much squishier material, which is kind of nice, just depending on what you want. If you want something denser, if you want something squishier. And right now these are on sale. The smaller size of these are on sale for about $20. And I think they have sign up bonuses and things you can get on their website. So you can probably keep that around $20 still. If the gardener in your life is a YouTube watcher, they would probably like to have something from the Garden Answer store. So that is a kneeling pad. Number 19 is another thing that Laura sells and likes. I got the giant version because that's my life. I use this on especially sore neck muscles, and then when my lower back is sore, I will use it on that as well. It has willow balm, willow bark in it, and it has menthol. So I think mostly you feel the menthol, but also willow bark, I guess, is where aspirin is derived from. So it's kind of like a more naturally derived pain relieving cream. I like it, and they make like smaller sizes that are like $10. So if you haven't tried that, or somebody else in your life you think that they could benefit from that, that would be a good one. So I just realized that I'm on number 20, and I actually have 2 more things to say. So let's do number 20, and then we're gonna do a bonus. Number 20 is seeds. It's really fun to buy seeds. Gardeners will buy all the seeds they want, maybe get them a gift card for buying seeds. But if you wanna buy them seeds that they might not have, try going to somewhere that is local to you. So for us, these are Northwest Meadowscape seeds. It's from a local company. You get to support local, and you might pick some varieties that they haven't tried before, or something that's maybe up for a pollinator garden, or something they can just throw out and try. Throw out in the garden, not in the garbage, and try. So especially look for local seeds and get them a few, and maybe they'll be excited about that. So bonus, number 21 is books, and I have a bunch of them, so I guess it's a lot of, okay, I have so many books. There's just, yeah. I think this one's more expensive, but the other Klaus Dalby one is under, I don't know where it went. I printed it out and I lost it. It's under $20. Any Klaus Dalby stuff is kind of like a coffee table book, because it's just beautiful pictures, and you can just sort of flip through it, and it's all peaceful and lovely. So that's one idea. I was surprised how cheap the Complete Gardener by Monty Don was on Amazon right now. Monty Don is the OG, he's my favorite. So anything by him would be great, especially for Western Washington. Monty is in a really similar zone to us. So a lot of his advice is very applicable if you're in zone 7 or 8. 2 more. Another, if you're a local Pacific Northwest person, month by month gardening is great. I actually have like 2 or 3 copies of this book because I'm a ridiculous person and I keep buying it, forgetting that I've had it. So over the years, I've collected many of these. This is a great one. And then one last one that's just super fun, Growing Joy, especially if the person you're buying things for is an indoor plant person. Maria is an indoor plant person, and she talks about plants and the joy that gardening brings to her life and your life, and it's just a bunch of cuteness. So that was kind of a whirlwind of gifts, and it was actually 21. I don't know how many minutes that took. I'm gonna try to edit it down to under 20 minutes for you. So good luck shopping for gifts. I'm hoping to do another episode with a few more ideas that are just a little bit more expensive. So if you don't wanna miss that, hit the subscribe button below so you will be notified when I post it. Thanks for joining me, and I hope to see you again in the greenhouse soon. Bye.